are with the Omega Level Nerds. Dsquare. I don't know if he ever tells you to get in the chopper. Get in it now. Come kill me. I'm here. J100.
Her.
Yeah, she was.
I can holler at her. I gotta fight Cyclops and Wolverine to get that Jean Grey. Never mind, forget all that. I'm gonna hit up.
Right, exactly.
Jelly Rose.
But I'm very, very looking forward to a Doctor Doom that does not suck. I'm actually looking forward to more figures since I do collect them.
And Volsker. Naked.
You know what's funny is I was about to say, could it be that Marvel Girl looks like she's trying to get Twitch viewers?
Yeah, exactly. Are gonna get real nerdy for you real nerds. Well, hello there. It is the Omega Level Nerds with you. Thank you so much. It is I, Dsquare, along with Jelly Rose, Volsker, and J100. That's right. Full force, baby. So, listen, I've got to start this thing right away with eating some crow here. Okay? A little bit of humility, which I personally don't get offended by. I welcome. The Snyder Cut is out. The Snyder Cut that I continually trashed and said was going to be shit. That's what I said. That's what I believed. I went into watching it with our friends over at Superhero Speak, by the way. They'll have that coming out soon, our commentary. All of us ready to just laugh our way through this travesty. It was good. It was good. Okay. It is too dark.
Can you see them though?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's literally, okay, so it's in a 4:3 ratio, by the way. So if you have a widescreen TV, which who does, right? Who? Right, all of us. You're going to lose about a third of it. Okay? So unless you still got the retro gaming set up, you could, you won't notice a thing. So yeah, there's literally parts of the movie where there's like a quarter of the screen that I can see anything on. True. All true. All of that. Very true. It does stick with the murder Batman. Okay? Not that it's overt, but he is guns blazing in this movie. So I've seen those complaints already. And we have to keep in mind, and I am, that this is hindsight 2020. Because this is not Zack Snyder's original vision, okay? Zack Snyder was going to have a Batman and Lois Lane have a baby that comes Batman, but then Batman dies, and Superman comes back and has to be the father of Batman. There was going to be some different stuff here.
Oh yeah, down the road.
Yep. But it's not. This is mostly a cyborg movie. I understand why Mr. Fisher was angry. He got robbed. Okay? Like, we need to call the police. Well, maybe not. I'm telling you, this is a cyborg movie. And it was awesome.
The anti-life equation's all about like what's inside of him and all the.
He is the key. The relationship with his father. Woo. Okay? There are several times in this movie where I said, that's fucking awesome. Steppenwolf is way better. Not only just in look, but he actually has a story arc. He is actually developing. Right. That
Let's be
armor.
honest, he was like a dim-witted fucking villain. Like he was stupid in the original.
Yeah, he's not stupid, but he's way better developed. a lot more stuff is given context. Even the resurrection, I was hoping they would change that a lot more. They didn't, but they did give it more explanation so you understand why throwing a mother box into the amniotic fluid just as the Flash charges it, you understand all that now. And it's actually really cool.
I have one important question.
Mm-hmm.
How does it look to see a movie where Superman actually has his real fucking lip?
Actually, really cool. It just doesn't look stupid.
Wait a minute.
Um,
What?
The original, Joss Whedon had to edit out his mustache for Mission Impossible. So go back and see it, and you see this like skin re-added. So he has this fat lip through the whole movie. It's stupid. It's a 3G
He couldn't have just
lip.
put a fucking fake mustache on for Mission Impossible instead.
They wouldn't allow it. They wouldn't allow it.
It would break his contract to shave it.
Yeah. Kooky Dukes.
It's horrible.
So stupid. Why
So-
would you?
Well, that's
Why
why.
would you do?
That's why you don't reshoot a blockbuster movie when you know what I mean, and change the whole direction of where it's supposed to go. That's lesson learned.
Joss Whedon fucked up, man.
Oh,
I'm gonna
this
watch it tonight to see
movie-
how I feel, but
This movie is a Josh Whedon troll. The music sucks. I'll just put it out. I mean, well, okay. When they do some homages to the individual themes, that's cool. But other than that, the music is just, it's really, that is a complaint I have, is the music. Little pretentious at the beginning, so it was like, okay, here we go, but it gets better. So I was wrong to shit on the Snyder cut. So, I don't know, hashtag wrong to shit on the Snyder cut. Maybe I'll say that. I don't know.
I guess I gotta watch the first one to watch the second one. But that means I have to watch the first one to watch the second one.
You don't have to do anything.
I mean,
You don't
that's
have
why
to
I
do
did
anything.
it. I went and did the and I told you guys about it, but I did the Batman vs Superman Justice League, back to back, wasting hours of my life. And the thing about it is in I don't want to say in hindsight, because Batman vs Superman is not that great of a movie, but it's not that great of a movie because it doesn't. Well, for me, it didn't fit, and it didn't fit when you put all three of them together, right? So the fact that Batman vs Superman got bad ratings or reviews or whatever when it came out, I don't know. I probably wouldn't have been that harsh on it, but when you watch it in tandem, with the rest of the other movies, it's pretty bad. But what makes Batman vs Superman really bad is, I don't know, just like the whole plot, like Batman, like shut up, and like Superman, like eat his ass. Like I don't.
it's
I
like
don't
three
really,
different
I
stories
didn't-
mashed into one horrible
Yeah,
movie.
it didn't really fit. But when you put Batman vs Superman into this one, makes Batman vs Superman a little bit better. Makes it make a lot more sense. But
Guys are getting me
kinda
hyped to watch it tonight.
I kind of shared like these point of view. Like I don't like anything DC anyway. And outside of the fact that when it came out, I had to wake up early in the morning because I've been slamming myself at work. I had to watch it in part. So I watched like the first like 50-60% of it when it came out. And then I
Which
watched
is still,
the rest of it.
2 hours.
Yeah, right. And I watched the rest of it a couple of days later. And the first 10-15 minutes was better than the whole first Justice League movie.
It was the original. Was it it opens up with Batman with the dark side like bugs, and isn't he like fucking with the thief on the roof?
No, it starts off with Superman dying and what that did to the mother boxes, and then the whole Steppenwolf
Mhm.
coming to where's the Amazonians? Where are they from?
Themyscira.
Oh yeah, Themyscira. Yeah, I was gonna say long-legged land, but whatever. But yeah, so I mean, it caught my attention. it made me care about. Well, I've been watching the Arrow and Flash, so it made me care about this version of Barry a little bit more because even though they didn't really flesh it out, his story too much, it was still better. And then it made me care about Cyborg a lot more in this version because in the DC animated universe, that motherfucker was the trap the whole time. So I really didn't like that part. But what they did with him in this movie, I think, was really good, considering the fact that when you look at what he is and what his role is in that movie, both of them, but mainly the Snyder cut, it needed to be basically a Cyborg movie. And there was a comment that I had seen from somebody on Twitter that was saying that people were saying that like, oh, this is one of the best character developments of a black hero. No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. But if they do a whole movie of him and really get into his mental and really get into his story and really get into his pain and really get into his anguish, it could potentially be one of the greatest black superhero movies that have ever been made. But they're not going to do that because Warner Brothers.
You're talking about that guy that said it was better than Black Panther, right? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's incorrect.
They were supposed to do. He had his own movie until the flop of Justice League, and they canceled it.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like these studios, I really don't like. And you asked the question in chat, Volsker, about like does this mean they're not going to do a sequel or whatever? Well, to be honest with you, if you watch it, they opened it up for another movie. I mean, they opened it up for another movie for a couple of reasons. So you remember in Batman vs Superman when Barry reached out to Bruce in his dream or whatever.
Yes.
And that whole nightmare time. Yeah. So instead of that happening, a homage to that was a dream sequence. And I don't think that's a dream. Only because what was I watching? What was I watching? Fuck, I can't remember. I was watching something recently that was about time travel.
Well, he had his own
they're setting
Snyder
a flashpoint.
Like the universe, he had the whole universe planned out before he started doing this, which is where that's why he had the layout of 2 and 3, kind of where Dee was mentioning the Lois and Kid Batman.
I remember what movie it was. It was fuck, I don't remember the name of it. I watched it with my homegirl a couple of days ago. It was something on who? No, it was HBO Max. It's an HBO Max movie where a police officer's niece got murdered, and then when he went to go, like, he was like investigating the crime scene. Crime scene. He received a phone call from her from like 2 weeks prior to the murder, and then based off of that, like alternate universe or whatever, he was able to change the trajectory of the current present universe that he was in. So like I think that when it comes to movies like time travel movies, they kind of stick to those things like you can't really change the past, and if you change the past it changes the future, and like all this other stuff like that. So there's a part in Justice League where Cyborg sees some shit, and whatchamacallit's Kryptonian computer or whatever was telling them that like the future is irreversible.
Yeah, if you keep doing this, it's not going to be able to. And
so I don't want to say too much more than that, but I think that it leaves it open, and then I'm sure so my whole point of this is if these movie studios want to do this thing, we're like, well, I don't know if I'm going to make a sequel based off the other movie. Well, first off, you're going to fuck up your continuity. But then secondly, who fucking like it made money, man? Shut up! Like make the damn movies. I'm telling the DC hater is telling you to make another fucking movie.
They're coming. They're coming. I'm telling you, they're coming. And that's what she said. And anyone that is a stakeholder or shareholder in any sort of theater experience really needs to be quaking in your boots right now, because when you look at WandaVision, now the Snyder Cut, again, it converted me. By the way, this is Avenger level stuff, which is good, but that was 10 years ago. So while I'm saying, hey, this is great, no, you caught up. You're in the game. Good for you. But, you're 10 years
It's
back.
just like the Browns. You had one good season. Let me see you do it again.
Hey, I'm with you on that. Go Browns, though.
Hey, I don't know, man. Those pickups we had the last couple days, we're gonna have a fucking badass team.
Yeah, looking nice.
Hey, I mean, let us know how Cincy feels without AJ.
Okay. Got Joe Burrow. I'm at it.
So, let's see, what else? So, my only other complaint, so let's see, we got the darkness, the ratio. Ratio doesn't really bug me that much.
You know he did that on purpose, by the way, right?
Yeah. Well, it was his original vision. I understand that it gives you more taller. You can have more.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Yeah. And no, you've got
taller.
Steppenwolf. You got Steppenwolf.
More
Yeah, he's
taller.
pretty big. More taller. Yeah.
More taller.
What else? So, okay. I was done at like 3.5 hours. Like, if they would have just cut it, it would have been way better, because the Joker scene, I'm just going to say, I don't want to reveal too much about it. We didn't need it. Like,
I thought that was brilliant.
Really? Nah,
Yeah.
I thought it was wrapped up.
Especially considering what that was.
If they don't follow up, I guess
saying.
so, yeah, here's an interesting line there, though, that I'm not trying to be too spoilery, I'm sorry, but the line where Joker is talking to Batman, and he's like, so how many timelines, did you fail in, when he's talking about the multiple timelines, and, how many timelines are you a monster, Batman? Like, it was a little interesting, but I felt they could have, if they follow up, though, then okay, I get it. It's cool.
Now, if they follow up, do you think this did a good job at showing that Leto could actually play a real Joker if given the opportunity?
Nope.
What? I didn't see Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. No. No.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that. So based off
to be fair, like, if you put it by itself and are kind of viewing it as not Joker, but like a different character, I liked Suicide Squad. You guys can hate me as much as you like,
the movie's
but I liked it because it was different, and it's in a category I enjoy. Like, I don't really, like slapstick like the old school anymore. That kind of was a fad. Of course, I like going and watching kind of things like, Nightmare on Elm Street and things of that. But, it kind of Joker evolved from like kind of slapsticky into, the last Joker of what's his name?
Yeah.
I didn't even watch that one.
Oh, that one's awesome.
But the Joker before that, the one dude that
Heath Ledger.
Yes.
Heath Ledger.
Now that was more of like, an anarchy kind of, intense psychological one. And now you have, essentially I put each and every single Joker in their own kind of category as like their own personality.
This is Leto doing Ledger Joker.
So, okay. But I'm still saying that I enjoyed Suicide Squad as its own, because it was essentially a different kind of perspective and personality, because they do so many different freaking Jokers that I enjoyed it. And you guys are always shitting on it, and it's like, I understand your point of, it doesn't go with the rest of the Jokers, but just watching it as I hate fucking DC, I like that movie.
The movies. I thought the movie's entertaining.
Yeah, I don't think it deserves as much hate as it gets. I'm just what you call a curmudgeon. And I just didn't enjoy it.
I mean, well, and I haven't seen that one yet, so maybe that's what I'll do tonight. But I liked. Well, first off, this Joker was more like the. I wouldn't even say slapstick. It was more like the Jack Nicholson. It was like Jack Nicholson / Heath Ledger with Jared Leto. You know what I'm saying? And so
it was Jared
in the
Leto
scene,
combining two different ones together.
yeah. And as far as like the acting went, I went after that scene. I said, okay, all
yeah,
right.
with Suicide Squad, take him into a gangster with a grill and tattoos all over his face.
Yeah.
Tattoos
Grill
are
I did not
gone.
enjoy, but
This was different. But it might be that one just in the Nightmare timeline. I'm not sure, but actually,
It is technically.
I think
Yeah.
it fucking is. Now that I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it,
He's
because
got really
his teeth are all
dirty
fucked up.
teeth. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
I
covered
think-
up
I
his
think it is
grill
him.
with
it's just in the Nightmare
motor
timeline.
oil.
But the reason why I enjoyed that scene so much is it encapsulated the relationship between Joker and Batman through the entire history. And it made mention to all those characters, and it made mention the characters that are involved with them. And it made mention of just some deep comic stuff that, even though I don't enjoy these characters at all, I'm at least familiar with the story. And I don't think that they would have cast Jared Leto if they weren't going and went back to this scene again, this nightmare scene again, if they weren't going to do anything with it. That's just my take on it, because they added that part, right? If I'm not mistaken, right?
It was
Yeah.
originally shot, but this was a
No,
reshoot because he was
I think it was because they didn't have a Joker in the
at all.
he
Yeah.
was shot bits and pieces. They cut. He was originally shot from Snyder because they actually were going to have his own Joker movie, and then he got fired, and that's when Walking Phoenix got the movie.
See, Warner Brothers does not deserve this franchise anymore. I mean, and they're tied together, but someone needs to get fired. Someone needs to get fired. Someone needs to rise up, because they're just doing such a massive injustice. Pun, no pun intended.
Right.
A massive injustice to DC, and DC already sucks. How could you make DC suck even more? Give it to Warner Brothers, movie department, apparently.
Well, that's like the Swamp Thing show. I haven't watched it yet, but people were raving how fucking amazing it was, and then they just canceled it.
Heard all this buzz, canceled. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they said the first season is fucking off the hook.
So, Jay, $1 million question then. So, if they do continue with it, I mean, are you interested in continuing this Snyderverse?
Yeah. Snyderverse changed my
Holy
mind.
shit. So
We'll
let
have to
that be the testament. I went into it like just pants down, ready to just, Jay, obviously we know how he feels about DC, and both of us have come away with, all right, it's interesting.
Batman killed, Superman was a badass. Wonder Woman was more realistic in this one. Cyborg was great. Should have did more with Barry, but I understood this Flash this time.
And he's going to have a movie coming.
Iris in it.
Oh yeah, it's going to be all
They
about
put
him.
Iris in it.
Yeah.
What else is there? It was dark. It wasn't all this bright. It would like the thing about it is the thing that kind of makes me mad. I was watching these videos like discussing, it and the differences, and from like these insiders or whatever. Whoever thought, first off, the Avengers movies aren't bright because they're like bright. They're bright because like the characters' costumes are like bright. You know what I mean? Those movies are dark.
Yeah.
Like after Dark World, these are pretty dark movies. Winter Soldier was dark. I mean, Thor just started getting funny or whatever, but that's a whole different thing. As far as like the Avenger
Winter
kind of
Soldier is so amazing.
like the Avenger verse or whatever, that's just dark. The Avengers, the first Avengers to Endgame, you're just looking at the Avengers. Dark as fuck.
I mean, look at Endgame
what if
itself.
it's
Just
bright?
the whole like last half of the movie is nothing but dark.
My son was like, oh, the good guys have to win in the end of this, and then like after everyone dies, he was just sobbing, and I looked at him, I'm like, so who won? Just
Yeah.
because I'm a dick. But he cried more. He's like, no, they died. And it
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reaction in theaters, oh my god, because Infinity Wars, I saw multiple times the second time. I took somebody and she was just breaking down after.
Wow.
I'm like, what am I going to do? This 12-year-old just having a freaking fit.
And that's what happens. Listen, I lost my shit when Tony got stabbed.
Oh, yeah.
Said no like that in the movie theater.
So there you go, Volsker. Like, that's what you have to look forward to.
All right, now what?
A lot of slow motion, though. There a lot of slow motion. Gotta tell you.
Oh, so the Snyder.
No. There was one scene. There was one scene before you get into that, Volsker. There was one scene specifically that I was hoping that they didn't keep in, and they did, but they cut it better.
Yeah.
One where Steppenwolf swung at Superman and he dodged that shit.
Yeah.
They cut that so much better. I said, yeah. And I was like, oh, what am I doing? This is DC. Ugh, never mind. Let me just watch the movie. They cut that so much better because in the first one, it was too long. He like did it.
Yeah.
It basically was like a funny take, and like this ain't funny. Nigga. This is
it was like the Tobey Maguire punch in the one.
Right. Exactly.
It's like, wait, what? There's sweat.
They cut it way better, but there's still slow mo.
Eat a sandwich while you're waiting for it.
So yeah,
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Okay, I mean, and I did enjoy Batman in it
tonight. Well,
thankfully the kiddos don't have school tomorrow, so I'm gonna watch it and get to sleep in. Make a big
I
old.
don't have school tomorrow either.
I guess the teachers got their second shots tomorrow, so they canceled all school.
Ours too. Did all the the whole Ohio do it? Or something?
It must be a statewide thing or region or something. All right, so yeah, I know. Me too.
School.
Well, there you have it. I mean, I think that's a pretty ring endorsement. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a B, but compared to what I was expecting, I'm pleasantly surprised.
And what we originally got.
Well, and I mean, it develops everybody so much better. That's the key here. Everything just has developed so much better and it makes more sense. So I apologize.
You know what's crazy too? Just before he transitioned, if you go back to some of the money that he worked on, what did it say? Out of his reshoots, he only reshot like 15 extra minutes of the movie. So a lot of this still goes back to what he originally shot and what Joss Whedon cut and reshot over. Like, I think we would be in a much better place to see.
There's this butterfly scene that
great.
Even though I'm not really into mushy parts, well, I mean, they needed a visual way of showing that he, knocked some sense into himself and he's back or whatever. But that was a beautiful shot. That, like, why would you even cut that out? Especially considering that whole part of that scene was like basically the same in both movies. Why cut that part? Because Joss Whedon sucks. Like, Joss Whedon, if people can get fired for, like, being late or messing up a sale or like something like that, Joss Whedon needs a movie timeout. You're grounded, Joss Whedon.
Oh, I think he's gotten that for a whole other reasons.
But literally, to Jay's point, it's like, okay, beautiful scene humanizing Superman with his butterfly, or picture of Wonder Woman's butt. Well, let's get rid of the Superman.
And
That's
it's not
more Wonder
even that
Woman.
nice though.
Yeah, that's
The
why.
pancake, it's like
Does she have a butt double?
this quick.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we talked about the Brie Larson
Probably.
butt double.
Yeah, Brie ain't got
All
nothing.
right. Any other thoughts before we? Like I said, I don't want to spoil too much.
I will tell you guys next week's show.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to circle back. I want to hear your thoughts. We'll do a more spoilery discussion, but definitely want to give people time to watch it. It is a 4-hour movie, and
Then I get to watch it to analyze it instead of watch it to watch it. I was
Yeah.
watching it to watch it. No, next time I'm gonna watch it and be like, look at Batman, just being Batman.
Yeah, Batman, just being Batman.
Yeah, but just focus on it. Really is a good cyborg story, and it makes sense because we all know Superman, we all know Batman. Flash is going to have his own movie regardless of the woman choking business, which is unfortunate. Like, it picked the right person to focus on, and it really does speak to Josh Whedon just being a dick. They're like looking at that and go like, nah, none of that. We don't need any of that.
Like they should take it off of HBO Max. Like you can't watch it no more.
Yep. All right. Well, outside of that, the other exciting thing that happened this week, of course, issue. I always do that, and just been reading comic books so long. Episode number 1 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I mean, it kind of acts like an issue.
Well, I'm telling you, this comic book stuff, it really
acts like tissue. Rub your butt on.
Wait a minute. Do I hear a sense of love for a DC film over an MCU TV series?
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay.
There's so many issues that I have with that first episode. It's not even funny.
Well, let's talk about it, Jay, because I liked it. I thought it was some great character building of Sam Wilson. I liked the kind of Bucky Barnes deal. So talk about it. What was your critique there, Jay?
The first part is the how stupid it was that he even gave up the shield in the first place. Steve fucking Rogers gave you his shield, and the first thing your bitch ass do with it is give it to the government. Whole rest of the episode, I'm like,
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. No, that is.
Especially since the guy from Up, ends up with it. Which is a whole.
I swear to God, he look at his face. He reminds me of Bo Burnham under a damn Captain America mask.
Yeah.
Right. That what? I couldn't. It's so funny because you saying that now, it really looks like the character from Up. Wow.
Yeah.
So that was the first issue that I have, and then on top of that, I really can't stand the fact that outside of, because there's 4 or 5 technically main black people in the MCU, and they are all fucking hoorah soldiers, and that just drives me literally insane. And that's why I've never been a fan of Rhodey. Whether it's in the comics, whether it was Terrence Howard, whether it was Don Cheadle, I don't care. I don't like Colonel James Rhodes. He is a bitch. He gets on my nerves. I don't like the Boy Scout shit. Then Sam is basically the same thing. And like that first, I would say like 5 minutes of the episode was just highlighting that, like, yeah, we got black people, but they're subservient to the United States government. Which, overall at the end of the day, I don't know how we're supposed to feel. I don't know. It's just really weird. I
get what you're saying.
Militarization of the shit a little bit,
right?
But, because overall, at the end of the day, we have to suspend reality and believe that America never does anything wrong. So we're supposed to just root for this dude flying around in a bird costume, knocking over helicopters and stuff. And granted, those people may have been bad. I don't know. It just puts a bad taste in my mouth when you actually read other books
Interesting.
besides Marvel comics.
Right.
And then Bucky's whole deal, like mental healthy type of thing. It's getting old. It's old. Like, develop him if you're gonna develop him. Like, and maybe they will. But like, it always just goes back to he's mentally fucked up and he's old, and like it's just tropey. But after that, there was a little bit of character building. From both of them in a way. You know, Bucky trying to come to grips with what he was, and Sam having, you know, a family, and what that means to him, and what they've been going through while he's been doing his things. And then as I'm getting, because that story building part really took the majority of the show for the most part, so I kind of got like lost in the story building, and then it ended in the shittiest way possible. You're just like, what is so you give up the shield, and then you get this up looking character just like smashed face Captain America now that is obviously not gonna work.
All right.
Which is really dumb to me. So overall, at the end of the day, for the argument of like who deserves to have the shield, Bucky. Straight up, Bucky, because he didn't give it away. Would have never given it away.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that's fair with the giving up the shield. I agree. What about you, Volsker? What were?
I liked it. And I mean, I didn't go and analyze it hardcore like that because when I'm looking at it, let's be honest, as of right now, these are not main staples. They're side characters. And I knew the first, it's a pilot. Most pilots are pretty meh before they're picked up. But I really like where they're going with Bucky. Because to your point, you know, okay, he's fucked up. What's going on? But you start to see that character development as he's trying to befriend people. And then you find out why he's actually befriending him because his guilt. And he has this really, you know, really hot bartender trying to get, and he's like, I can't be happy myself because all this shit that I've done in the past. And then, you know,
I would have got with her. I mean, I don't know what he was doing.
And then things with Sam, like I think the opening scene was badass. Like it really put him in as like, I can take care of myself and I could fuck shit up if I need to. And I thought that was awesome when we're coming from WandaVision, which is more, we're in the house, very little action, more of a mind fuck to, hey, this is MCU. You're going to see special effects that you're finding in big budget action films every fucking episode going forward. So it's kind of a mind shift. And I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a popcorn action pilot. Now, if they just keep riding on that, I think it won't do good. But if they keep building up, start, you know, developing Sam a bit more, because we can see that he's self-conscious. He doesn't think he can live up to Capped, which Rhodey even put him in check. Like, first of all, are you fucking sure you want to do this? Like, what the hell are you doing? And second, he's like, dude, that mantle is yours. Like, what the hell you do? Why aren't you doing it? And I think that really put the spotlight on him. Like, there's probably more deep down that we don't know about. And kind of calling like Civil War, where we found out that, you know, he was doing well, was in the military, got injured, couldn't fly anymore, and that kind of threw like his abilities onto him. So I think there's a lot more they need to build on. And if they do, I think this can be an awesome, awesome show. But I'm gonna have to, you know, just wait till next week to see if they kind of pick it up. And I want to see what the hell's going on with Bo Burnham.
Was that Bo Burnham?
It's not him, but it looks just like him. What the fuck?
It does.
Yeah.
It really does.
Just have him singing new math while he's
just looked like
it.
Just looked like if the first time they made the Super Soldier, or I guess Steve, he fucked up and like had the calculation wrong, and it was like you know,
Right.
deformed Steve.
Oh my god, this is probably a South Park when they do what is it? Stan's fucked up. Man, chew champ.
Oh yeah. We bad Stan. We bad chew chap. Chew chap.
Now, to be fair though, John Walker, like, they haven't really described how, which I've read some tidbits. He is basically just as strong as Cap, though, in the comics, isn't he?
He's just a dick, though. That's
Is
just
he a
the
dick?
funny thing. He's a dick. You know.
I mean, you could tell by that
Homelander.
smile as he's coming down, like, you
You
fucking
could
love
tell
me.
you could tell by anyone that would be like, yeah, you're gonna be the new Captain America. Like who? Like even Sam Wilson, who deserves it, is like, this is tough, and you're just gonna be like, yeah, sure, I'm Captain America. Give me that shield. Like, yeah, you're a dick.
Got to be levels of dickishness
Yes,
to that one.
right. Like supreme levels of dickishness. But I know Jelly said you didn't get a chance to check it out. So, and I will admit it's not, it's not some extravaganza. I think it's just good character development. We did get our really cool action scene of the Falcon in the beginning, and then we see like him going back home and dealing with, some everyday problems with his sister. That was interesting. Although I still say there's got to be some way, like the Falcon, you help defeat Thanos. Like, how do you ever want for money or anything ever again? That's just really kind of stupid. But I guess that's a reality in this universe right now. So that's interesting. And then the Winter Soldier basically having these dreams of murders that he did while he was under Hydra's control, and so he's palled himself with the father of this kid that he killed, not because he was to assassinate him. It was just wrong place, wrong time. And to see that father go through that emotion and saying, and if I only knew what happened to him. And of course, Bucky's right there, knows exactly
Having
what
a
happened
beer
to
with
him.
him and like staring
Yeah.
like, fuck.
The fact that he has to wear gloves, Jay's saying, I would have dated that chick, but like, okay, but like literally just understand they're going to have the moment of, oh yeah, by the way, I've got a metal fucking arm. Is that okay? Oh,
I'm
don't say
surprised
these.
they don't know who he is.
Yeah, that is a little. Well, but he spent most of his time in Wakanda when he's not the Winter Soldier, which
Fair
he
point,
referenced.
'cause he went from a villain to. That is right.
Mhm.
Fair point.
And he always had that
And then
mask on.
His hair and shit. Yeah.
And the stupid floppy hair that I hate, which I'm glad he doesn't have anymore. I just don't like the middle stages. Either have long hair or not. I don't know. Anyway, so episode 2, we'll see here. And we'll see her very shortly, and we'll talk about that.
I love that they're long episodes, by the way. Like, when I saw 50
Yeah.
minutes, I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah, that was
Agreed.
nice. It was nice. All right, well, hey, let's check out some Omega level nerd news. First, I want to start off with something that I'm very excited about because a friend of the show, Rich Douek, he tweeted, "It's a bird, it's a plane, it's my first story with DC Comics. Such an honor to work with the amazing Joe Quinones on this. I cannot wait to see you all this June." So, Rich Douek, who of course was on the show, writer of the comics Road of Bones, Wailing Blade, also did TMNT for Boom Studios, and then Sea of Sorrows, which is what he came on to the show, and of course had a successful
That's his current
Kickstarter.
one that he's doing.
Yep. So, and so he'll be stopping by at some point here in the future, but definitely want to just say, hey, congratulations, Rich. I'm very excited. I remember him saying, going through the process of, hey, no one's ever going to hand you Superman, Batman. You got to do your own thing, and then they'll give it to you. And then, 6 months later or whatever, boom. So, great job.
Now you have Superman.
Yep. Good stuff. All right, so let's get back into, of course, Marvel here, and this is, they have to make this happen, and that is, of course, www.animatedtimes.com, Deadpool 3, Jim Carrey, all set to join the MCU opposite Ryan Reynolds. So, nothing confirmed here, though. Veteran Hollywood actor Jim Carrey is reportedly in talks to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The mass actor is seemingly looking to join another big-name franchise, especially after having tasted its success with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Insider's Daniel Reichman has reported that the 59-year-old actor is in talks with Marvel Studios to join Deadpool 3 as its next villain.
Dude, fucking Sonic resurrected his career. Like, I'm not even joking. With
I
it
don't
being
know if it-
Deadpool, I mean, he could, play somebody with a hand out of his ass. Like,
What if he was Mr. Sinister?
oh my god, please.
Right?
Oh.
Jim Carrey's got range, so I don't.
It really
I'd
doesn't
be
matter,
happy
right?
To see him do whatever.
Right.
Yeah, it really does.
It better be a hard,
He could do-
like
he
a
could do
hard
almost
rated
all.
R movie, because those two going at it on screen, oh my god. But
That would be funny if they,
oh my
if they
god,
had something like that where they could just be full on them.
Yep.
now I want to see Jim Carrey just talk about capes.
Yes. Yes.
Like, I could just picture it.
Pack it and ship it, Marvel. Come on.
Oh my god.
Come on.
They do have to bring him in though at some point, so that would make sense. Like, he's a big baddie. Like, he's not super huge, but he'd be a really good like baddie to keep having coming back every now and then.
Well, just imagine when
He's
Sinister
gay.
and how many times we get to watch
Or did I
Sinister
watch-
die.
What was
What's
that,
that?
Jelly?
Isn't he gay, Mr. Sinister? Or did I read something weird? Did I get in some fanfic?
I mean, he's talking about like how his boots and his capes and
Yeah,
lipstick and shit, so it might be.
I definitely don't think he's sexual normative, but I don't think that really matters to him at all. He's just really obsessed with DNA and creating the perfect mutant. And like I said, you get to see him die a bunch because he's got all these clones. So, like, imagine just a bunch of Jim Carrey, funny deaths. But yeah, I mean, the possibilities are endless. But like Jay said, it really doesn't matter who, because it's gonna just Ryan Reynolds, Jim Carrey in the same, rated R Deadpool 3 movie.
I'm ready for it.
All right, so I know there's not really any Captain America fans amongst the Omega level nerds, but I do want to get your opinion real quick on a news story here I got from the Hollywood Reporter. Marvel reveals their first gay teen Captain America. Marvel Comics has unveiled a first look at a new Captain America. The new character, Aaron Fisher, represents the first LGBTQ character to pick up Cap's shield in the comics' 80-year history. Fisher is described as the Captain America of the railways, a fearless teen who stepped up to protect fellow runaways and the unhoused. Marvel Comics is proud to honor Pride Month with the rise of this new LGBTQ+ hero. The limited series is titled The United States of Captain America and follows Steve Rogers teaming up with Captain Americas of the past, Bucky Barnes, Sam Wilson, and John Walker, on a road trip across America to find a stolen shield. Throughout this group's journey, they'll discover everyday people from all walks of life who have taken up the mantle of Captain America to defend their communities. The series is written by Christopher Cantwell with art by Dale Eaglesham. So yeah. So it's not replacing Captain America or anything like that. But this has garnered some criticism. It's not fundamentally changing the Captain America character in any way, shape, or form. So personally, I don't have a problem with it. I think that I don't understand anyone who does.
Anything that, they're just doing it for Pride Month to kind of pull different aspects of people into the Marvel universe, like, hey, we're cool too, come check out these reworks of these characters, to kind of include everybody, to make them like, hey, there's a character like me. But I can see how some people might go, why did you do this? But because it's a limited run, it's for Pride Month, I can see exactly why it's done. And that, like, it's limited run, like, who cares? People gender bend characters all the time, like, cosplayers do whatever the hell they want. It's okay, you'll be okay.
Right.
Chewie's like,
I'm gonna let my
Help-
inner Jay out right now.
Help me
So-
understand.
This is all for fucking money.
yeah.
They're just
Okay,
doing it
yes,
to garner
yes.
interest for money. I
Okay.
stand by all my decisions I've said in the past when these topics about characters come out. If you really fucking care, make a fresh new character and introduce it so you're not just look like you're cherry picking fans for a month to try to get more money in your pockets. Take the time, develop a brand new character that you're actually going to run with instead of replacing what some people see as a fan loved character as something that fits a demographic just to go back to wanting their money. That's how I take it. Do I have a problem with them making a gay character? Absolutely not. I don't give a shit. We have gay X-Men. Like, it doesn't, if it fits the story, whatever, I don't care. Make something fresh, make it original. It will have a lot bigger of an impact to who you're trying to get that interest from. And I will swear to God up and down, that is wholeheartedly what I truly believe when it comes to that.
Well, I mean, based off of, I guess, what the reasoning for having these different Captain Americas are in the first place, in this little, one-off, if you will. These are people who have taken the mantle to protect their communities or whatnot. And I guess one of the things that I'm kind of confused on when it comes to, well, first off, I've said this before. I can't wait, and it's hard to because this country is really racist. But like, I can't wait until like black superheroes or whatever are just like heroes. Like that's the way I look at it. To be honest with you,
Mhm.
Yes.
like like Black Panther isn't like Black Panther. The reason why
Right.
Black Panther is because y'all motherfuckers don't make the movies. The reason why Cyborg is so important is because y'all ain't motherfuckers ain't put this motherfucker in the movies. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I don't care. The only way that having like a gay whatever or LGBTQIA plus whatever is a thing is like a big issue is if for like 15 panels they're like, going prostate deep into somebody's butt or something like that. Like but that's
Oh.
not necessary. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like who they love
Right.
on the times that they're not beating baddies asses, it doesn't matter. Like if
God damn, that's
Peter
so
went
true.
home to Michael Jack instead of Mary Jane, okay.
Right.
And I don't see Peter Parker
And?
railing out Mary Jane in the comics, so who fucking cares? Like, so and to your point, Volsker, like money grab, sure, yeah. There, what this is showing is that they're afraid to make original characters.
Mhm.
This is what I tell everybody: to make original characters, and I don't know why we aren't making our own comics right now. But anyway, so I don't really. First off, Captain America sucks, so there's that part. But I don't care if somebody wants to pick up the mantle and protect their community. If that's what he wants to go home and do after he saves the community. Okay, because what Steve Rogers doing with whomever afterwards? What's Iron Man? Iron Man's whole thing is he would get, like I said, I've read every comic from 1962 to I think like 81 or something like that, and I need to find where I found this at because I need to read the rest of them. But this is what this man would do. This man would be at a cocktail party at 5, beating somebody's ass by 7, and then fucking somebody at 11:30. Every episode, every issue, like for the most part. So you didn't care about that? Why? Because it's normal, like whatever. Like that wasn't even really necessary. Even when I got to that part, every issue or every few issues, I'd be like, oh, here goes Tony again, fucking somebody after he beat somebody ass. You know what I mean? Like it's not. Who cares? Like it doesn't matter.
Pretty much when I go to watch something, I'm not going to watch something because I'm relating to a character.
Right.
I'm not going to the movies to go, hey, this hero, she's married, she has kids, she's straight, she has blonde hair. I'm watching this movie because of this. So I highly doubt, yes, there's going to be some people that go, oh, this has a gay character in it. I'm going to, go check this out because I can relate to it. But a lot of people are just not going to care because, we're going for the story. We're going to escape our reality, not, show it in a different way or, think of this way, if you're gay or trans or any of the other LGB and you're, having a difficult time in your community around your friends and family and you go and you read a comic that everybody's fine and dandy and everyone's getting along and everything's good, you're just going to feel like fucking shit about yourself. Like, hey, this is what it could be. And, I'd rather go, that just kind of sucks that way too, if you think about it. Because, I'm a psychology major. So, kind of thinking of it that way, fucking, it might just upset a person even more. Suicide is very prevalent in, that community because, they can't accept themselves because they feel everyone else needs to accept them. And if they don't get acceptance in their community, they can't accept themselves because, they don't accept themselves. Why, is anyone else going to accept them? And it's just, this cycle of, you're just not happy and, finding happiness is hard to begin with, even in general. So it's just, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to, include, but, it's kind of like okay, yeah, but no, but yeah. There's just so many different angles that you can look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, because as a comic reader, like, I don't read comics because of that. Like, I'm with Jay. Like, I would, rather it just be, okay, here's a hero. Okay, obviously you can tell the skin tone by the picture, so we don't need to mention that, hey, And as far as the sexual orientation, well, how about we just, if they want to give us a snippet of them in their real life going to dinner with their, husband or girlfriend, and you don't even mention it. It just is what it is. Oh, look, two women that are together, and it just be. We don't have to,
like,
okay, here we go.
Hawkling and Wiccan.
Sure.
You just see them talking, laying in bed, and just they don't dive into it. They just act like normal, like
having moments that people having moments that people in relationships would have, So, yeah, much to do about not much. All right. Well, admittedly, this is just a leak here. So at inverse.com, huge Marvel leak may reveal the brilliant way mutants join the MCU. So obviously I'm a little interested in this. We're in the earliest stages of Marvel Phase 4, but leaks are already flying around the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. A believable new report claims to reveal some pretty sensational details about what's coming, including a pretty genius plan to introduce the X-Men into the MCU. Of course, consider yourself warned. MCU spoilers ahead. Potential MCU spoilers. The source of these latest Marvel leaks is Twitter, specifically an account named @MainMiddleman, who previously reported on the importance of Ralph Boner's necklace weeks before its importance was revealed in the WandaVision finale. More recently, they posted a new Twitter thread that's absolutely filled with alleged MCU spoilers, and based on their track record with WandaVision, we're inclined to believe and to give the @MainMiddleman the benefit of the doubt. So here's a quick tour of what they claim about Marvel Studios' big X-Men plan. So the leaker claims that Marvel's big X-Men project is codenamed The Mutants. We talked about that in previous shows. And it includes a movie with that name, along with the plans to introduce other characters into the MCU via various shows and movies leading up to the actual The Mutants film. Apparently, the first mutants could show up in the MCU in 2021. The leak also notes there may be a mention about mutants feeling free to reveal themselves to the world and fight crimes after Tony Stark reveals himself as Iron Man. Additionally, it claims that the blip could play a major part in turning regular humans against their mutant brothers. As for the actual first X-Men film, it may be directly connected to the Eternals and focus primarily on Charles Xavier and Moira McTaggart. Interesting. It could also feature the Brotherhood of Mutants, Magneto, Mystique, Sabretooth, Toad, Pyro, the Blob, etc. as the main villains and include an X-Men team inspired by the First Class comics. So that's Angel, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Iceman, and Beast.
Oh, we better watch out. Don't give D a nerdgasm over there. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, so I mean, let's hope this is right. Finally, At Main Middleman claims that the first MCU X-Men movie will focus on social issues about minorities, which makes sense since the mutants have always served as a metaphor for minorities and the way society mistreats them. I'm on board with that. So I hope I hope that's what it is.
I like I like what Marvel is doing. I like how they're making their universe even more expansive and all that good stuff. And I probably will enjoy how they bring the mutants into the universe outside of how terrible first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier was to me.
That really, I mean, this is really Kooky Duke's land, not Falcon and the Winter Soldier, thumbs down, Snyder cut, thumbs up. I mean,
did you just say Kooky Dukes?
Yes.
What the fuck is that?
That's actually a Moana reference. Where he says,
I wonder what show they're thinking about because it said 2021.
Yeah.
It's coming out this year, fam.
He calls
I'd
the ocean
imagine.
Kooky
But there's a lot of stuff that's coming out this year, so it's gonna be
because I do
sliding
think
into something.
Eternals comes at the end of this year, doesn't it?
It's before Spider-Man, I believe, because Spider-Man's Christmas.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense because also think about going back. I can't remember the fucking name of the island, but the island that's supposed to play a huge
Madripoor.
part, Falcon versus Winter Soldier. So
Yep, that's a
wonder
huge
if both
mutant.
of them kind of play into it. Like maybe this is the show with the tidbits,
Yeah.
and then it plays right off of Eternals.
You could even see Wolverine. Wolverine is usually, well, not usually, but he's done some dealings in Madripoor. But yeah, Madripoor is big mutant.
Wolverine just gets around.
Well, it's Wolverine. He's been around forever.
He gets around.
Yeah. Jean Grey, Mariko. I mean,
Cyclops.
Silver Sable. Thanks, Hickman. Thank you, Hickman. We can add that on there. All right, and our last Omega level nerd news item here is something that's got me really, really excited. So, Genndy Tartakovsky Star Wars Clone Wars series gets a Disney Plus release date. So, this was a series of shorts on Cartoon Network, and it's still one of my favorite Star Wars series ever. So make sure you guys check that out if you haven't already. Yeah, I'm just glad to see that's finally going on Disney Plus. So these are micro shorts. So these are less than 15-minute episodes. But yeah, Clone Wars Volume 1 and 2, which contains all 25 episodes of the Cartoon Network micro series. And it is good. It is good. So definitely check that out. Have you guys ever seen that before? Oh, okay. Sweet. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. All right, well that's all the Omega level nerd news that we have for tonight. So very crazy week. Very topsy-turvy. DC up, Marvel down. I mean, to be honest. I like Falcon
Changing
and the
the
Winter
game a little
Soldier.
bit. Changing all you had to do was just like, I don't know, make good content. Holy shit.
I mean, yeah. I mean, not to go back to the Snyder cut, but let's go back to it real quick. I mean, with 4 hours, he was given a lot of time to develop a lot of the
All the
story.
content time.
I mean, it doesn't drag on either. It's the pace is very good. Like I said, the last half hour could have been chopped off, but yeah, I mean, it's amazing what you do when you can develop things right. So
We're gonna get the ultimate director Snyder cut coming up next. It's gonna be 6 hours.
6 hours.
I'm cool with that as long as it's good.
Yeah. There you go.
It's like the entire being awake day.
Nice.
Like you go to bed, you get up, you watch the movie, and then it's bedtime again.
Yeah, it's bedtime.
2/3 of Lord of the Rings trilogy.
I sleep too much.
Oh man, oh shit.
Can't
Well,
sleep that
Jelly,
much.
before we
I like
end this
sleeping.
thing here,
Sleeping's my favorite.
it is
You
fun.
know, snuggly in the fuzzy blankets, and then the cat goes meow, and she like lays up next to me, and she's like, "I'm asleep too." And then the dog she sleeps in her little dog bed, and she doesn't move from her dog bed unless I'm out of the bed. So she's like, "Oh, I'm asleep too." So it's just all of us sleeping in the bedroom.
I'm sorry, but my dog's getting me up like twice in the middle of the night at this point to let him out, and it's starting to piss me off.
The puppy does that to Hubs. He doesn't come bug me. He takes his big ass long nose and stabs him in the eye. It's like, "Hey, I'm
Yeah.
here," because he doesn't know he has a big ass nose.
Let
'Cause
me
it
out.
smells like
I mean, I like sleep, but I don't know, man. I got this stupid thing about me where, like, I don't even need an alarm clock. It's just bing, uptime.
Your internal clock.
being uptime. Oh, I gotta go pee. Okay, I'm gonna lay back down now.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get that way for myself. I think that knowing that I have a career now, if you will, for all intents and purposes, and I'm getting to the point that, especially when I get a car, which I found one, but I got to see if my boss will sell it to me, number one, and sell it to me for cheap, because like it's an Audi, it's got a lot of miles, and I just want.
They don't give you guys any, like, privileges to, like, take a
if you're
car?
if you're a manager, yeah, but I've been there for 5 months and I haven't sold more than, well, now I have, but I haven't sold more than 10 cars in a month. So, you know, who the fuck am I? But um once I get a car and everything, like I'm literally gonna be at work from 9 to 8 every day, except for maybe, you know, take a day or two off or on my days off or whatever. But um I'm starting to get that internal clock too, and it's freaking me out because like I was used to just being, you know, aloof and getting up and streaming whenever I wanted to, and having jobs that, even though, you know, they were able to pay my bills, you know, I still could do the stuff that I want to do. And now I'm literally like, oh, you need to schedule this appointment on my day off. Well, I need to make fucking $10,000 in the goddamn month, so I guess I'm not having no days off. And I'm trying to wake up on all the time. So it seems like seven is the time now, and I don't like it. So if I can only imagine if I had a pet that was the same way, even though
Yeah.
my pets like to jump into my room and sit on me while I'm sleeping, or my pet, my black cat TJ, my cat, and him are starting to get cool, really cool. So he comes in whenever he wants to, and you know, he has to put his butt in my face because he's a good cat.
Gotta love them. Gotta love them.
I
Well,
guess
hey-
the sits on the head or on the chest.
Oh,
or
that's
the,
real.
Right.
Yeah, if
next
I
to
had
me.
a chest, they would love me because they love my roommate, because you know she's not jelly endowed, but you know, she got something, and they love that. But then I come around, they're like, oh, fuck this dude, he ain't even got that
Yeah.
shit.
It's uncomfortable.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Jelly, when you're not sleeping, where can we find you?
So I've been keeping up with my blogs. So every Saturday morning, you can find my blogs on jellyrose.blogspot.com. I did one on Hero Park this week, which is a mobile game. Because I like to bore myself to sleep sometimes, but this one was actually pretty cute. And then Tuesday, I've started to do YouTube stuff. I gotta stick myself to that, and then you can find me at Jelly Rose on YouTube, and then on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm at Twitch, which is Jelly Rose at Twitch, and then my socials are J3LI3ROS3 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and there's something else that I always forget. But you also can check out my Patreon at Jelly Rose, and you can check out my lovely Twitch team that I help. Well, it's not Twitch team; it's a content creators team. We do Twitch, we do YouTube, we do Facebook, we do pretty much everything, including graphic artists, video editors, music, like everything that you need for content creating. We are trying to collect. So ccteam.net for that.
Very cool. Very nice. Volsker, what about you? What's your particulars?
Yeah, unfortunately, really haven't been doing much content creation lately, but you guys can always pop out onto YouTube. Put in Volsker, you'll find some of my unboxings. I've actually been getting a lot of questions around some of the sideshow cases, like out of the blue, so it's gaining some kind of stream here.
Yeah.
And then over on Twitter, at Volsker, I am Volsker on Instagram. And then more importantly, every single week, getting hot and nerdy with the Omega level nerds.
Oh, yeah. And Jay, sir, where can we find you? Where do you want us to check you out at?
I don't even know anymore. I kind of quit. So
yeah, I know you were saying that, and I debated like, well, what should I do when it comes time for this show?
Yeah, like, well, I mean, I'm on Twitter, so if y'all trying to holler at a brother on Twitter, and I need to nerdify my Twitter a little bit, because it's either activism in some sort of way or booty. So
it better not be Activision.
Yeah, right. No, fuck Activision. But yeah, I've
somebody's been sharing a lot of freaking porn that I follow on Twitter, and it's like, we can see all these retweets, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't read. Wait, me? Are you talking about me?
No, somebody is. Somebody on my Twitter has been retweeting and liking a whole bunch of porn, and you can see retweets and likes and comments. They'll pop up and be like, so and so commented on this, or so and so liked this, and it's like, ooh, boy,
I got a spare account for all that.
You need to get off of Twitter.
I think I might need to have a freak Twitter then, because I'm trying to like slowly get into that myself if I am gonna make content. I mean, apparently people don't like me to be smart, so I might as well break some backs.
Ooh, you gonna do like Flexstorm and some OnlyFans?
Yeah, I've been trying to do that for months, but my situation isn't set up for that. That's why I'm busting my ass at work so hard, because I need to move and I need to be mobile.
A lot of people on Flexstorm, they have a camera here and a camera there.
Yeah, like and then I need to have like a camera person around at all times, because I don't know how to do poses, but I need to just get in. So anyway, I don't want to be because I want to start liking stuff so people know like who I am. I don't know if I'm gonna do another J100, because if y'all can see it, like mine is not timid. I like weird shit. So and the girls that I be following, they throw it all out there. So I might want to be checking what I'm carting. But anyway, yeah, I'm on Twitter and
go look at his follower list if you're interested. Who he's following right now before he cleans it up.
Oh man, yeah. All right, I'm getting thrown under the bus here. A new Twitter account coming through soon. I'm about to make this shit right now as we speak. But no, I want to do some more YouTubey stuff. But what I think that I'm going to do is the way that I was doing my stream, like my book club. Like nobody fucking cares about book club. Like some people do, but like nobody cares. So what I should have been doing this whole time is reading a chapter, commenting while I'm reading the chapter, and having the video be 45 minutes long instead of 3.5 hours long. You know what I mean? It's a little more engaging that way. You make more content, blah, 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 blah. So I think I'm going to keep up with reading the books on YouTube. So I'm J100 TV, and I finally passed 500 subscribers. So that's pretty cool. You know, so I need to get back into that a little bit. But outside of that, I'm kind of done with the online. I'm getting too old and nobody cares. So I can't have that be like the thing that I'm trying to do, because unless I'm trying to be, you know, an ignorant, you know, doing what everybody else is doing person, which I am definitely not, it's not really working. So you can find me on Twitter and YouTube at J100. And you know, yeah. So sorry, I didn't mean that to be so long for me not having anything.
That's all right. No problem.
That's where I'm at with
You should
things.
make audiobooks. You have a lovely voice. Like hit up Amazon and be like, "Hey, you need a voice."
There's a program that I was going to get into a few years ago, and now that I have the world's greatest microphone, I don't really need as much sound. What am I trying to say? Sound absorption stuff, because this mic is absolutely amazing. So I might actually do that again, and maybe that would be a way I can get into voice acting for real. Because I still want to do that. But outside of everything else, I'm just really trying to focus on selling some cars and getting out of my situation, and then breaking some backs on camera. So there we go, guys. That's where I'm at.
All right. Well, I do appreciate, you know, the separating of the Twitters, because you know, Omega Level Wife doesn't know anything about Twitter. And I'm the type of dude, you know, we look at each other's phone. There's nothing to hide there. Yet you go to Twitter and I see that Volsker has liked some sort of vile e-thought.
No, it's not Volsker. It's me.
I can't explain that to the wife. No, I'm telling you, for the most part.
No, early on, I actually used my personal Allen account for my e-thought following.
Yeah. So that's appreciated, because it's like, yeah, I don't know what, you know, but how can you explain this to me? No, it's on your phone. But it's, well, no, it's not my Twitter. Like, they don't, so, yeah.
I mean, now that I think about it, I do have a separate one. That was supposed to be, because when I was getting in this, so first and foremost, I finally actually had someone who was willing to do it, but because of her career, there was so many like concealment stuff, because she has very noticeable tattoos and like you know all that kind of stuff like that. So I didn't really want to get her in trouble, even though she was down for it. So I created one, but I don't ever go on it, and so maybe that's what I should do. So I apologize.
Okay.
You guys.
Yeah.
Me and
I'm trying to do something new. Follow my shit. Because the shit I follow is new, okay?
All right. Well, as far as Twitter, guys, I mean, if my personal is at Dsquare72. You know, go on there for my YouTube link, and superheroespeak.com. Although I've been really busy lately, so I haven't had a lot going on as far as reviews. Dave's given them to me. I just haven't gotten time. I'm in my last college class, but they are up there, so superheroespeak.com. And their next episode, by the way, is going to be the commentary we did over Snyder Cut Justice League, so check that out. If you have any questions or subjects you'd like us to tackle, or just want to make sure that we see something in general, then, you know, go on to Twitter there at Omega Level Nerds and let us know. If you're not already a follower, please do so. That would help out tremendously. For those that are watching this on YouTube, as always, please like. If you haven't already, subscribe and leave a comment. Tell us, did you watch the Snyder Cut yet? And how did you think it was? Be interested to know. Well, until next time, guys, as always, peace and love. And we'll talk to you again soon.